Bill Maher, I am not finished with you. Bill Maher goes on TV this Sunday and do it again with one of the most brilliant, greatest minds in our lifetime, Cornel West, trying to make him look like a fool when he really made himself look like a fool. Watch this.
There was an acquittal this week of a police officer, Betty Jo Shelby from Tulsa. She shot Terrence Crutcher, a unarmed black man. She said she feared for her life. And then in South Carolina, Michael Slager shot Walter Scott in the back, running away, and that was a mistrial. And this argument that the cops get away with, I was fearful that they might do something erratic. I thought when you went into the police department, you understood that there was some danger in this job. I don't know where they got this idea that if I fear at all, I am allowed to shoot you. But that seems what's happening. And by the way, Trump is all for it, and Hillary Clinton wouldn't have been. So, as someone who said they were equally awful,
no,
I'd like...
I didn't say equally
yes,
awful.
you did.
I said one was a disaster, another was a catastrophe.
Exactly my point.
But
How
a
is that
disaster is better than a catastrophe.
Well, that point was lost.
Oh, I made that
stop it.
But let's keep the focus where it belongs. The police have yet to go to jail when they end up committing violence and murdering these young black brothers and sisters.
Right.
And the problem is we want a fair trial for them, but there's a chronic racism that's shot through and over again, but it's just not the police. Same is true with Wall Street. No Wall Street executives go to jail either. Rule of law comes down hard on the poor, and the well-to-do get off, or the police get off because they're protecting the property.
But Hillary's first speech was about mass
Hillary gave speeches about all kind of stuff, but it didn't have a whole lot of integrity in it, though, brother.
That's such bullshit.
That's not bullshit at all.
Really?
Look how they treated Bernie Sanders, man. They concerned about the Russians. Look how they treated Bernie Sanders. Bernie would have won if he had a chance. He would have won if he had a chance. Don't defend Hillary. Hillary can't even take responsibility for the fact that she lost the election.
Look what you did to him.
On everybody,
but he's so wrong.
Don't trot Hillary out on me now.
He's so wrong.
Oh, no.
He's so wrong.
Right. She's better than Trump, but don't lie about the sister.
She's better than Trump. That's all I'm saying. A lot better than Trump in so many ways. And just on this,
that doesn't take too much. That doesn't take too much. Who is it better than Trump?
That's not an answer. It's glib. It's beneath you. For someone who's such an intellectual, that answer is beneath you.
Let me tell you why it's not. It's precisely because when I ask you, would you vote for Donald Trump over David Duke, you said you wouldn't vote for either one. Remember
Hillary is not David Duke.
No, but it's this. If you're talking about Wall Street, if you're talking about militarism, if you're talking about dealing with folk in Honduras,
she's light years better than him about all of them.
All of those issues, Hillary is unacceptable.
No, she is not unacceptable.
Yes, she was.
Why are we still arguing the last election? We got stuff going forward here.
Because they haven't learned the lesson that we need to win the next election.
No.
That's why. All right.
So here we go again, Bill Maher. There you go, open up your big, fat, elitist mouth. Doing your best to defend Hillary Clinton. I understand you got to do whatever you need to do because you gave $5 million to her campaign, but you're going to act like you're not a friend of Hillary Clinton. The way you defend Hillary Clinton, you seem like you're a little bit more than a friend, if you know what I mean. Bill, you got to watch, Bill. You know, she couldn't get with the other bill. She couldn't get nothing from that bill. So I guess she's getting something from this bill. And it's not just a dollar bill. But the bottom line is you defend her like she your girlfriend, man. What has she done for you? Oh, I know. This story about the two evils. And she's way, way less of an evil than Donald Trump. The point is you're missing it through your thick skull. I guess Karine Stefan, the one they call Super Potato Head, take out the potato, done drained you so much that you don't even have a brain, dude. Yeah, I got the video you going out with her that night, TYT. I mean on TMZ. Anyway, that's another story. What you don't get is this. There's two sides to these two candidates. Why are we talking about Hillary any freaking way? She lost. She sucked. She lost. She lost because she sucked as a candidate. Donald Trump was better than her. Sad to say it, but he was. Donald Trump was a harder campaigner than her. Sad to say that, but he was. Donald Trump was willing to go anywhere. Sad to say that she wasn't willing. Donald Trump was willing to get in the grud and go to the Rust Belt. Sad to say she too itsy-bitsy to do that. Donald Trump was willing to go on different TV shows. Sad to say that she wasn't willing to do that. Donald Trump was trying to make sure the RNC didn't screw him. Sad to say, her and her cronies in the DNC was doing whatever they can to win that election, including using him as a Pied Piper candidate, thinking that she's just going to automatically beat his butt, and come to find out he beat her butt and beat her bad. And that's why she cannot fathom that she lost and it had to be her, that it had to be Russia. No, baby. No, Bill. It's her. She sucked. She sucked. She sucked. She's not Bill. She's not Obama. She sucked. Now you saying that she will, now we got all this police brutality. Hillary Clinton wouldn't have stopped that. Hillary Clinton helped started that with the crime bill.
The fourth challenge is to take back our streets from crime, gangs, and drugs. And we have actually been making progress on this count as a nation because of what local law enforcement officials are doing, because of what citizens and neighborhood patrols are doing. We're making some progress. Much of it is related to the initiative called community policing, because we have finally gotten more police officers on the street. That was one of the goals that the president had when he pushed the crime bill that was passed in 1994. He promised 100,000 police. We're moving in that direction, but we can see it already makes a difference, because if we have more police interacting with people, having them on the streets, we can prevent crimes. We can prevent petty crimes from turning into something worse. But we also have to have an organized effort against gangs. Just as in a previous generation we had an organized effort against the mob. We need to take these people on. They are often connected to big drug cartels. They are not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel. And the president has asked the FBI to launch a very concerted effort against gangs everywhere. In addition to
our boys, our young girls and sons and daughters and nieces and nephews will be going to Saudi Arabia with boots on the ground, or in Russia dying for her.
Let me start with the campaign to defeat ISIS across the region. The United States and our international coalition has been conducting this fight for more than a year. It's time to begin a new phase and intensify and broaden our efforts to smash the would-be caliphate and deny ISIS control of territory in Iraq and Syria. That starts with a more effective coalition air campaign, with more allied planes, more strikes, and a broader target set. A key obstacle standing in the way is a shortage of good intelligence about ISIS and its operations. So we need an immediate intelligence surge in the region, including technical assets, Arabic speakers with deep expertise in the Middle East, and even closer partnership with regional intelligence services. Our goal should be to achieve the kind of penetration we accomplished with al-Qaeda in the past. This would help us identify and eliminate ISIS's command and control and its economic lifelines. A more effective coalition air campaign is necessary, but not sufficient. And we should be honest about the fact that to be successful, airstrikes will have to be combined with ground forces actually taking back more territory from ISIS. Like President Obama, on the Syrian side, the big obstacle to getting more ground forces to engage ISIS, beyond the Syrian Kurds, who are already deep in the fight, is that the viable Sunni opposition groups remain understandably preoccupied with fighting Assad, who, let us remember, has killed many more Syrians than the terrorists have. But they are increasingly under threat from ISIS as well. So we need to move simultaneously toward a political solution to the civil war that paves the way for a new government with new leadership and to encourage more Syrians to take on ISIS as well. To support them, we should immediately deploy the Special Operations Force President Obama has already authorized and be prepared to deploy more as more Syrians get into the fight. And we should retool and ramp up our efforts to support and equip viable Syrian opposition units. Our increased support should go hand in hand with increased support from our Arab and European partners, including special forces who can contribute to the fight on the ground. We should also work with the coalition and the neighbors to impose no-fly zones that will stop Assad from slaughtering civilians and the opposition from the air.
I'm not going to get into this, man. You piss me off when you start talking that stuff. You look stupid and dumb. There is no way why people need to vote for Hillary Clinton. Yes, she may have been the lesser of two evils, but when you got two staunch evil, why would you vote for them? And that is my philosophy. I don't vote on evil. I'd rather not vote. I'm not going to vote for evil candidates, lesser or greater. That's a trail that we want to go and keep going deeper and deeper. We don't vote on evil. We vote on the greater good. And she was not the greater good, and I just gave you examples of that. Honduras, like he said. Palestine, like he said. Libya, like he said. All disasters because of Hillary Clinton. And you think we want that disaster to be running the White House? Trump is a disaster, but she would have been just a disaster too. And you had a candidate that you could have voted for, but you didn't promote her, didn't have her on the show. And that was Jill Stein. So dude, stop this condescending, trying to browbeat Bernie voters and anybody that didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. It's not going to work, Doc, and it never will. Stop wasting your breath. You cannot try to beat us into submission of voting for her. We're not going to vote for any corporate Democrats, Doc. We're done. We're not voting for corporate Democrats. They are Republican lightweights. We don't vote Republicans' office, lightweight or heavyweight or middleweight. We're not voting them. We're voting on real progressives. Real progressives. That's who we're voting for. And if you are smart and you really got a heart for the people, you will be doing the same. Stop kissing Hillary Clinton behind.